Today, we will talk about artificial intelligence again, but this time we will talk about the competition between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. Human intelligence, I mean the developers, the programmers, the software developers. That's actually those who created artificial intelligence. Of course, it's not only them, but some mathematicians and linguists and yeah. So it's a lot of people that's involved in all this artificial intelligence competition, if you can say. And yes, but you know, if you're working in IT in some startup that's related to IT, so of course this is a very challenging thing. And at first I was very skeptical. I should say, yeah, I was very skeptical of what artificial intelligence is capable of. And you know, when I start using it more often, I've realized I underestimated a bit. Yeah, I really underestimated. And in some moment I was start just, you know, trying, okay, let's try. What can it do? And in some moment I'm realized it's pretty well can accomplish some tasks that are not very complicated yet. So if, for example, you have to write some small script, it works pretty good. It works pretty good. So I don't think right now it's capable of creating a very complex project or application instead of you, but it's definitely can help you a lot. And this is a small introduction. And before starting to go deeply into this subject, I would like to also to tell you some stories. So just this week, last week, in our company, we have different projects and products, and I was talking with one of our developers. I was asking him to accomplish some small task. And I asked him to estimate the time. Just can you estimate the time? What do you need for it? And yeah, of course we have some budget. So he replied, yeah, he said like, okay, I can do it for 15 hours. I said, no, it's too big and too long. I need to do it faster. And yes, with artificial intelligence, this task was accomplished in less than 5 hours, so 3 times faster, 3 times. Can we say that artificial intelligence substituted this guy? And let yourself ask to this question. So I believe this case is very illustrated. You know, that's how it works. It will not substitute somebody just in one click, but it will definitely happen someday in the way we even didn't understand yet. So, okay, let's just take it as an example of this challenge and competition and contest. So yeah, today we will talk about this competition. So yeah, if you like our show. If you watch it right now, please subscribe to the channel, make some, yeah, give us some likes, make some comments. Yeah, during the episodes, I will try to answer all your questions if it will be in the chat, and if they will be ethical at least. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue our topic. So I will just find the materials that we were preparing, and we can proceed. Just a moment. So yeah, I would like to thank our team for preparing these episodes. Yeah, they are awesome, all of them. Yeah, unfortunately, my co-host Alex is still a bit sick, so I wish him a fast recovery so we can continue our episodes together. And I should say that we have a guest, a special guest for the next special episode. It will be a young entrepreneur and an alumni of Stanford University. Now he's working on his own startup. I will not tell you all the details because last time when I was announcing the guest, somehow we postponed it, and this time I hope everything will be much better. So, but yeah, it will be very interesting. So I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you can have these announcements and updates. So yeah, let's continue. So just I want to ask you, how do you think, what is the biggest challenges that could be with this competition of artificial intelligence and software developers? Do you use some artificial intelligence in your daily work? What kind? So yeah, just let me know in the comments. It will be very interesting to, not just to talk in one way, so we can discuss it in both way. Okay, let's go through this topic. So it was my introduction into how I see right now this situation with artificial intelligence. I'm personally using artificial intelligence a lot. At first hand, it's just for search. The second hand, we use some machine learning and artificial intelligence in our startup. Also, yeah, I'm using it for different purposes just to check how it's working. I just want to understand the quality of the different artificial intelligence. Yeah, sometimes we're using it for some not very important part of our job, because it's like a new intern, you cannot give them the very responsible part of the job. But yeah, it will be very interesting. How do you use artificial intelligence in your daily work? Okay, so let's go further. The evolving landscape of IT skills. Yeah. So let's try to think about how artificial intelligence is changing the way we work. So, okay, let's take like 20 years ago. I remember when I was a student, no, when I was a pupil, yeah, when I was studying in the school, it was very hard to find a really good books for programming. So it was very rare books, and it was very hard to find. But when I when I was successful in it, I was very happy because I can learn a lot from, even if the book was very thin, I was learning a lot. Later, I remember, yeah, this was the moment when internet wasn't available yet, maybe in our region, in Ukraine. So I was just, learning it through the books and with the help of books, and then later there was some magazines, and yeah, sometimes it could be it was useful as well. And but the most exciting moment started when a lot of new books has arrived to Ukraine, and it was available in the book markets. I was buying a lot of such books. Yeah, of course, with all the money that I had during that moment. And later, finally, internet has arrived. And it was the most exciting moment because I could learn from the source, from the very, very original sources, like those who actually was developing this technology. So I could have the access to the manual, so I can learn from the like core. And it was amazing because it was the most and the greatest moment in this learning process, because you can dive as deep as you can. Yeah. Later, of course, when you start develop something, you need to have even more professional skills. So of course, you will buy everything that's available on the market, and you also start to do something that's not very common. So it's like some unique technology. So you start to create your own environment, and why I'm telling about this history of evolving, because artificial intelligence is now staying on the top of it. Yeah, because this learning process is still continuous. And I believe that, yeah, when you have all the available information, and also on the top of it, we have this Google and Stack Overflow. So we have so many, not only the theoretical information, but also some very, very practical, where when you have some exceptions, Stack Overflow is like a database, like a knowledge base of all exceptions. If something goes wrong, how can you fix it? And with Google and Stack Overflow, it seems like we had this, ecosystem of dealing with exceptions. Yeah. So Google for search and Stack Overflow as a database. So artificial intelligence now is like the next step, right? It also has processed all the available information in the internet, manuals, in the Stack Overflow, and now it's just using all this available information to enhance your ability to search and to deal with all this available information, and it makes it even faster. So this is how you can develop your programs and debug it faster. So yeah, this is the process of evolving these technologies. Yeah, for the professionals. And yeah, let's try to think, if you will not learn it, what can happen, what will happen. So of course you can still behave like it never happened, and you will still using Google, you will still using Stack Overflow, you will still using all the available books and manuals and best practices, but artificial intelligence is some new tool. Yeah, of course, there are some privacy issues. If you know, some big companies like Apple and I don't know who else, Uber. So they now deny their employees to use ChatGPT, for example, for their daily work because of the security and privacy issues. Because for now we are not sure how this technology processing the data does it is it stay in some black box, or it can be used outside. So that's why it's not very secure to give all the this delicate information, but it's definitely enhance your speed. So those developers that will use it, they will be faster. Those who will not use it, they will be slower. So it doesn't mean that this substitution is like obsolete. It's just a process, and those who will use it, they will be faster. I'm not sure they will be better, because it's still it's you who make these prompts. It's you who make these orders. It's you who try to create some new program. It's not an artificial intelligence that's telling you what to do, but in some way it's happening also. But you create this program and you just ask to assist artificial intelligence to help you to do it. So this is a trend, and I should say that this trend will be evolving and growing. So just keep it in mind. Okay. If you have questions, you are free to ask, and we will try, to answer these questions during the context. So we will not return back. Okay, let's go next. So what is the potential to automate routines in IT tasks? Yeah, very nice question. So yeah, I'm not using it much in routines, but it's definitely could be used, especially if you have some business processes. It's repetitive, and if you can precisely tell what to do and what like an input information, what is an output information. So artificial intelligence is really nice to use it, but of course, before you will implement it to your business processes, try to figure out if the quality of the result is good enough, because yeah, it could be a risk if you will just make it unconsciously, and you will just have the results that will not satisfy you and your team. But it's definitely could be used, and I know there are some AI that's precisely designed for these kind of tasks. I will not promote them here until they will sponsor our show. But yeah, they do it pretty good. Yeah, sometimes it's just doing some weird things as well, but it's evolving, so you can try it. So how will it implicate IT professionals and strategies to staying relevant? Yeah, that's the same story. We have this evolution. At first, it was industrial revolution, and now it seems like, I don't know, informational revolution or AI revolution, if we can say this way. So at first, humans were pushed from the area of physical work. Yeah, and now we are moving into direction of of pushing people from the mental work. And I don't think it's like very, very critical for us as human species, as we still have the ability to evolve and grow. And maybe we will just grow in even in different directions, like I don't know, spiritual energy, like extrasensorical abilities, like emotional intelligence. There's so much space to grow, and like a calculator was no. Let's return a little back. So the first machine that was using, for example, water power, yeah, the mills, or the wind power, also the mills, and later machines were using steam power. So yeah, you can use some oil to warm the water, so it will transform to the steam, and steam could be used for machines. And exactly this moment became a revolution for industrial era. So we have the steam engines, and later another kind of engines, and this is how the new force rised, and humans, labor was pushed from this physical area, because machines can work like for hours, for days. Yeah, of course you have to maintain, to have some service for them, for machines, I mean, and maintenance. So you should substitute some parts or put some oil. Nowadays we have these electrical engines, and there are less efforts for service and maintenance. At least you don't need to make your hands dirty. Yeah, so this evolution bring us to the moment when people now using machines everywhere, even in daily life. We have these washing machines, dryers, refrigerators, microwaves. So many machines we have for every area of our daily life. And now we have this new kind of revolution where machines or artificial intelligence start to push us out from cognitive work. Yeah, and why I beg you not to afraid too much, because we have calculators. They also make some cognitive work for you, but with the numbers. So we don't afraid calculators, right? It's not so scary. Calculators are not so scary. They just do work for us. And of course, you should learn how to calculate before in the school. And we also have to learn how to read, how to speak, how to write. And this is also part of our education. And artificial intelligence is doing the same work as calculators, but for words. So it's a new calculator for cognitive work in the area of words, not numbers, but words. And that's why I'm coming back to the topic, yeah, and to the questions of automation. So if machines will start to do our work for computing, for calculating, and now even for writing, so what's important at first? It's still important who is using calculator, who is calculating, because we are those creatures, those forces that's making this need for calculation as well for words. Yeah, so we are making these requests. So that's why still it can be comparable. Of course, it's different. Of course, it's changed our life in the way we still not fully understand, but this is a part of the progress. And of course, we should be very conscious about these changing, and it's very important to discuss it, to try to understand it, and that's how we will understand what is the advantages and disadvantages. Like a calculator, of course, it's not a good idea for kids to use calculator all the time, because in that way they will not learn how to calculate. I know a lot of methods where you can calculate pretty fast without a calculator at all, and that's, I think, what kids should learn from the very beginning of their education process. The same with words. Yeah. So yeah, this is this automation processes could be still fulfilled with new technologies, but yeah, our developers will still stay relevant if they will be creative, if they will create these new senses and meanings, and this is what's important. Okay, just a moment. Sorry, let's continue. So harnessing the power of AI as an IT specialist. So could be AI used instead of IT specialist? Yeah, what kind of tools and technologies could be used? Or okay, not substitute. Well, let's discuss what tools nowadays is good to enhance the work of developers. Yeah, I still will not be promoting any specific brands. I will just tell you what kind of types, what kinds and types of AI we have right now. So first of all, we have a very nice AI as assistants for coding. So there are very different types, but mostly they can create some part of the code for you. It can autocomplete your code. Yeah, it was also available before, but now it's becoming even more advanced. So it can like create like blocks of code for you. Sometimes it's very efficient, and I really like how it works because it saves you a lot of time during the code typing. Also, there could be some really good solutions for bug debugging. So you just put some information, the output of your program, and that's how it can analyze what is causing the problem, and it can help you to find a solution. So yeah, there are so many assistants that can enhance your work dramatically, like can speed up your work like 2-3 times faster, and yes, this is examples. Yeah, I'm using it also. Yeah, Some of these tools are paid already, some of them are not. So you just should try and understand what is best fit for you. Okay. If you use some other AI, just let me know in the comments to this video. It will be very interesting to know what do you use as well, because this market is now growing very fast, and there are so many of different AIs. Okay. The human touch, unique skills of IT specialists. Let's highlight the skills and expertise its IT specialists possess and the AI cannot replicate. Very, very good question. So I believe that AI is good for some small tasks nowadays. Of course, it will evolve as a technology, and it will be available to implement some more advanced tasks and more complex. But of course, the most important for humans, and I think it's even nowadays became the most interesting part. It's when the AI is a technology. Okay, technology is mostly very precise. Yeah, of course, if you're an engineer, you probably know that there could be some mistakes in the measurements. I mean, and it's sometimes it's made intentionally, so your measurement will not be very precise, because where is this edge of precision? Yeah, sometimes millimeter is good enough, sometimes micrometer is not good enough. So but technology in general is very precise, and the same with artificial intelligence. As a program, it could be very precise. So that's why we have these like intentionally we put some random things into the program so it will behave like a human. And humans is we just do it. We just do it naturally. Yeah, we make mistakes because we are humans, and this is how our brain works. So we cannot be robots, right? So we are humans, and this is our unique ability as a human. So we can do mistakes, we can be sometimes emotional and not very rational, and this is our it could be even our advantage comparing to the AI, because the AI now is not very human. Maybe it will become, but not now. Now you should intentionally put some random things into the code so it will behave like a human. So, and I think it's very hard to replicate, because every human is unique. Yeah, we are unique by origin, we are unique by our environment, we are unique in every possible way. We were born in some place, in some time, and that's what makes us unique. Yeah, and technology is, yeah, it also could be in some way unique, but this is what you cannot replicate, the origin. And yeah, we also can say about critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. So of course, sometimes this process of program writings it's more like a poetry. Yeah, sometimes it's just a creative process of some genius mind, and yeah, sometimes we could be even more critical, because, as you know, we have some hallucination of AI as well. So we should be very, very critical and aware what we have at an output. And yeah, as a human, we mostly focused on problem and solving of this problem. And yeah, we have some problem, we try to fix it in any possible way. That's why we are so creative, because it is about our survival sometimes. Yeah, and that's why we are so unique, because, for example, in India or in Ukraine or somewhere in Greenland or Canada, we have totally different environments and challenges. That's why we are unique, and that's what you cannot replicate, because it's just a physical plate. And that's why even the culture is created in some unique way and evolved. But okay, let's talk about collaborating with AI, the future of IT work. And yeah, you're free to ask the question during our topic. I also encourage you to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you really like it, and share with your friends. Yeah, we are doing this show every Friday. Yeah, sometimes we can shift the time, but usually we start our show at 9 a.m. by Pacific time, and 19 or 7 p.m. by Kiev time. Okay, let's go to the next topic, or yeah, to the next question. So, collaborating with AI, the future of IT work. So, how can we collaborate with AI? It could be in a very, very different way. In our case, we use machine learning and artificial intelligence to help people to manage their knowledge and then share it with their colleagues, teammates, just friends or family. And of course, you can try to figure out how you can use it in your specific case. Yeah, I think it's not very complicated, but the most important is to understand the value that it can bring you. Because nowadays it seems like AI became a new fashion, and that's great. But what is the value? What is the, like, undoubted value that it can bring? I don't think we should use AI everywhere. It's like you will not use calculator everywhere. Yeah, you probably will use it often, but if you can do it with a very simple task, you can just use your own brain. Sometimes you just don't have an opportunity to use calculator. But yeah, of course, now we have calculator in every smartphone and computer, and it seems like, yeah, it's became like a basement need of every person. But even if you don't have it, yeah, I don't think it's good idea to put calculator everywhere. It's nice, but it's not necessary sometimes. But this collaborating will be, I believe, even more intense, and I believe that we will have very different types of AI and seems like for every specific work, we will have like a specific AI in the future, because it's just, yeah, it will be the same technology, I mean, in general, but it will be just applied in a different way. It's like computing. Yeah, at first we have calculators, and we start to make programs on calculators, and then we start making computers. It was computing a very complex programs. The same with AI. Yeah, at first it will be just evolving. Yeah, and I believe that in some moment I will be capable to deal with very complex challenges, as it's technology. It will not tire. I mean, we are, as humans, we are tiring, and artificial intelligence will not tire. Yeah, of course, it will consume some computational power, but it just can work, and that's great. So it can work continuously without stopping, and that's what's great, because we could sleep, and AI will work for us, and that's great. In the I mean, in the way, in the perspective of technologies, it's what's enhance our life. We can sleep, we can rest, but yeah, calculators can, computers still can calculate and can do this AI work for us. It is great. Okay, let's go to the next question. Upskilling and continuous learning in the AI era. Emphasize the importance of upskilling and continuous learning for these specialists. Really, really interesting question. So, yeah, first of all, I would like to thank my team for preparing these beautiful questions and the whole episode. And yeah, I really want to thank everybody. And yeah, if you would like to mention some other topics for the next episodes, please write it in comment on the platform that you are watching this video on. And of course, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Yeah, it's also important. Share with your friends. Okay. How can we use AI for upskilling? As I said, remember, there was evolving process of how we learn. It's like books, then magazines, and then internet. Sorry. And artificial intelligence now is the new tool for education as well. So you can ask specific question, you can have answers. It seems like you have this possibility not only to read something and Google something, but you can literally ask questions and take answers. And if you want to really understand some part of what you don't get from the first try, just ask questions and it will give you some answers how you can, and that's how you will understand it from different perspective, for example. And that's what's really good. Or maybe some code that you cannot understand where is the mistake. Maybe just one symbol that was incorrect, and that's how you can find this. How I remember how I could like waste like so many hours just to finding some crappy symbol in the code. It could look like it's okay, but it just can broke all your code just because it's causing some exceptions. And sometimes this process can take a lot of efforts and time. And that's where this tool could be very, very efficient. So you just, put it to the AI, and it will help you to find it much more faster. So you will not waste these hours. So what could be the strategy? Yeah, just try to involve it maybe into your learning process. And it's like, when you read something, when you learn something, just, it's like additional tool. But yeah, be very consciousness about the outputs, because sometimes this hallucination is very, very bad. I mean, it's try to Google it as well. So it's like a real research. This is just another methods of how you can deal with your research. But it's very, as I said before in previous episodes, it's very important what data was used for training and how it was trained. Yeah. In our company, in the Brava, we are from the beginning creating a very high quality knowledge database, and for each person and for teams. And that's why we believe on the top of our platform, the AI technology will be just so great, because we are very confident on what, how we build. And there is no garbage at all. No, it's like very, very high quality knowledge database. And yeah, so just use the best tools as you can, and it is the best strategy. So good high quality knowledge, from the relevant sources, good tools to work with these. I mean, and in the end, you will definitely increase your skills and knowledge. And some last questions left. Ethical consideration in a drive-in IT solution. We dedicate the whole episode for ethics in AI. So I will not tell you again everything. You just can watch these episodes. But yes, ethics is very important. So at first, it's very important not to use it against people. So privacy and security is essential, and that's why it's very important to be ethical with AI, because this technology couldn't benefit you if you will not give some information, because it should process it. And of course, it's maybe somewhere in the future, it will be easier to create your own AI. So this is how you can protect your privacy. But for nowadays, it's just use a lot of computational resources, and that's why it's probably will be just too expensive to create some craft AI. So yeah, ethics now is very important. So watch the previous episode. I'm encourage you. It will be very exciting. Explore the responsibility of IT professionals in ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountability. Yeah, this is a problem that's discussed since since the first attempt to understand what is AI. I mean, by writers. So responsibility, it's one of the most important, is, you know, like for robots, um, the best way is to, you know, encapsulate the robots. It's to do some work on the factory, because it can have some random movements, and sometimes if you just come into zone of this robot, it can just literally kill you. Yeah, so it's not because it's has its intention, but because, you know, it's just making some random movement, and if it have like the zone of manipulation, that's how it can harm people. Yeah, of course, I believe that somewhere in future, these kind of robots could be equipped with some detectors and cameras. It can stop themselves during these movements, and I believe this is the right way to evolve for these kind of technologies. The same is for artificial intelligence. I believe somehow we should equip it with the tools that, because it's, you know, artificial intelligence is not about the physical security, it's about mental security. So that's how yeah, it could harm your mental health in a way we still not understand. And that's why it's so important to research these tools, so we can create the solutions that will protect people from the mental threats and psychological threats. Okay, navigating career paths, opportunities and challenges, explore different career paths for IT specialists. It's the rise of AI. Yeah, so as we see, yeah, first of all, you are free to comment everything that we are talking about. So it's very interesting to also understand your point of view and opinion. So my just, yeah, leave it in comments below. My understanding of this projection is that it's definitely now is the moment of creating of the new industry, and it seems like there will be a lot of space for different new specialities, and there are so many areas where AI could be applied. So this is where these new jobs will be created. So you just have to be very observative and just try to understand where it goes, and learn knowledge and skills, and that's how you can be very important for the market, for the job market. And yeah, probably it will change the like traditional markets, because, you know, everything that was innovation in one moment, it became very traditional in the same moment in the future. So it's like, you know, the constant process of progressing in this, how technology evolving. And what was very innovative, like automotive in the very beginning of 20th century, now it's like it's everywhere. So it's like a very typical job. And now electrical cars is like a new trend, and this is where a lot of innovations are made right now. So yeah, you just have to be, just look at the trend, how it evolves, and try to adopt to it and be in this mainstream. The challenges is, yes, it's yeah, it's not easy. Sometimes it's complicated. You just have to adopt new skills, but it's what's possible. Humans, it's for me, is the best ability of humans is adaptivity. Yeah, this is one of the best abilities of human species. Is, we can adopt to any kind of environment with the help of technology. That's why I believe still we are the most survival species in the planet. Yeah, so we are coming to the end. Now the last question is a future outlook. The specialist in the coexistence. Let's try to summarize everything that we have heard, and what insights could be. As I always said in Hackerspace, in Keep Hackerspace, you can watch how changes happening, or you can be a part of it. I believe that the best strategy, is to be part of it, because if this trend is huge and you will not even learn about it, this is how you became irrelevant. This is how you, yeah, you can. So it's better to progress than to regress. Yeah. So that's why it's so important to stay informed, to stay, to continue this journey, life journey, and research. This is our life. We cannot. Sometimes we cannot, and it's not wise to fight against the reality. We just have to understand it. It's how the best scientific discoverings was made, because these great minds was observative enough to understand how the universe works, and this is how we can learn a lot. We can understand a lot. This is how we can see literally what the universe is. And if the AI is a part of our reality already, that's how we just have to research it, to understand it, to yeah, I this is already part of our reality. We should accept it, and the most important is just to understand how to deal it with the most efficient way and stay safe and continue our life journey. It's life what it matters, life and your loved ones. Thank you for being with me on this episode. I'm really happy to be with you and to talk about these beautiful things. Maybe sometimes scaring, but we should talk about it. We should understand it. And I wish you the great day or evening, depending over where you are. And yeah, see you next time. And we preparing a special episode with our great guests, and it will be additional episode. So on the next Friday, it will be the same format, but a new episode will be also available soon, and I'm happy about it. Thank you, guys, for accepting our invitation. And yeah, you are also invited. Just let us know if you're a startup founder or a business owner, you or investor. We can talk with you in our next episode and discuss some great topics together. So thank you for being with me. I wish you the best. See you next time, next Friday as planned, and have a nice day. Bye bye.